Hello and great morning, lovely souls. Thanks for joining me, Shante Kumat, for a Tune In Tuesday. Now, as I shared last week, I'll be reviewing the 6 most common trauma responses that we all experience and sharing a simple, effective way to mitigate them for easier management of the emotions that are guiding those impulses. So today, I want to talk about the fight response because honestly, it's like the one that comes up the most for me. See, I'm the type of person, and I'm improving with it, I swear, that if you come at me hard, I'll come at you 10 times harder so you'll know better next time, okay? Now, does that fit any of you out there? I'm willing to bet, yeah, it does, especially if you're Gen X, because we don't start shit, we end it, right? Yeah, and that's part of the challenge with this trauma response. And yes, it is a trauma response. The fight response is maybe the most straightforward and honest reaction to trauma, because when we're faced with a threat or a traumatic event, our instinctual response often leads us into battle mode to duke it out, right? It's like inside we know how amazing and unique we are, and if someone or something seems as if it wants to invalidate us, oh no, we come out ready to defend our right to basically be who we are. But it's essential to understand that the fight doesn't always involve a physical confrontation, although it definitely can. It actually includes a range of confrontations, from heated arguments and debates to subtle verbal sparring and shit talking, right? Like, what defines a fight is the back and forth of the attack and the defense. So, for example, let's say someone criticizes your idea or your choice of clothing. Criticizing them back would be a classic example of a verbal altercation, right? A verbal fight. However, there are circumstances where physical confrontation becomes necessary, like in cases of sexual assault or robbery, right? In both those scenarios, the brain triggers the same fight response, preparing the body for a physical confrontation, right? Like putting on your armor, your emotional armor. So this response originates from a surge of hormones that stir up and mobilize our cognitive and our physiological functions for combat. It's actually a relic from our primitive past, when our survival often depended on our ability to fend off threats and attacks. So interestingly, this same brain activity actually also underpins the flight response as well. So what can we do when we feel the fight response come up? Well, first thing, don't try to deny or dismiss or suppress it, because that can definitely make things worse. Instead, take some deep breaths, and with every breath, I want you to use these declarations. I'm going to breathe in, I know who I am, and breathe out, I know who I am not. Breathe in, I am loving knowing I know who I am. And breathe out, I am loving knowing I can choose to fight or not. And breathe in, I love knowing I am in control of what I do. And breathe out, I'm in control. There. Simple and effective. Now here's a caveat though. If you're so into the fight response that talking and deep breaths won't help, or you're in a life-threatening situation, get the heck out of there. Seriously. Do not pass go. Get into flight mode, okay? Now, I pray that helps you out with navigating and feeling more in control with the fight trauma response. And so if you're wanting some live, guided, practical application of energy attunement and healing techniques and modalities that can combat depression, anxiety, loneliness, fears of not having or doing enough, the authentic self-activation is just for you. So reach out in the DMs if you want more info, and you can register for this free virtual event in the comments below. But if a group setting isn't your bag, hit me up and we can discuss how I can help you on a one-to-one basis instead. All right, lovelies, that's all for me today. Ciao for now. And lovelies, I will see you soon. Mwah.